do that.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Who are these people?
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Don't be rude.
Who are these people?
All right, welcome to another episode of a shorter episode of the show Pro Wrestling Talk. My name is Andrew Rivera, of course, alongside my co-host Miss Witchy Perfect, and we're just going to get right into it because we only have about an hour this week, so we got to review last week's
Saturday night's
show
main event, yeah,
and the Royal Rumble, which was last night,
right.
Yesterday afternoon for us. So
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna start off with Saturday night's main event and then go from there, I guess.
And there's really nothing much to say other than we were freaking cheated out of a match between Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
And then, of course, and I think they're setting up, as you said, they're probably setting up a three-way for WrestleMania.
Most likely, yeah. So it was supposed to be Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu to open the show. We didn't get that, as Witchy said, because we just got pretty much a big
fight.
brawl.
Yeah, it was like a big brawl street fight.
For 20 minutes, nearly 15, 20 minutes that lasted. They brawled around the arena and for like 15 minutes, and eventually Drew McIntyre interrupted it and put both them through tables, and that was it. It was just a big fight, for no reason. Instead of, I understand why they didn't want to have the match. They didn't want to beat either guy. Oh, come on. So somebody has to get beat in that situation, and they didn't want to beat either guy. So it's like,
right. I mean, Jacob Fatu just came back, so excuse me. They wanted to protect him, and of course, they want to protect Cody. You know.
Yeah, they didn't really want to beat either guy. So like, oh, let's just have a big brawl and just not have a match at all, and that's it. You know, let's just. So we don't have to beat any of the guys. So there you go. That was the first segment, and probably that would have been the best match in the show, but the match never happened. So we were completely like, oh, okay. Well, the first match, first official match at least, was for the women's tag title. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defeating the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan and Roxanne by pinfall.
Yeah, this was a sleeper match. I mean, all I remember is that, you know, they have this pseudo lesbian thing going on with Rhea Ripley. Get her out of there. They need to do something with, you know, something different with Io Sky, something different with, you know, just stop it. Okay. I thought like there were going to be some heat between Rhea and of course Io Sky. But there might be because of the Royal Rumble, but we'll get to that later. But there should be something. They need to break them up now. Okay, enough is enough. Game is up. The jig is up, right? So, I mean, this match was very forgettable because I don't remember the contents of it. But
I don't remember either.
I just know that, you know, okay, so they're champions. Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah. So the next match was AJ Styles defeating Shinsuke Nakamura by pinfall in a singles match.
Again, another sleeper match because at the end they fist bumped and it's like, okay, we know the freaking deal, right? We know what these guys are doing. It was literally just first of all, I like what Jim Cornette calls him, Shaky Nakamura. So Shaky Nakamura ended up, you know, doing what he does, and I wasn't impressed with any of his moves. He's over 50, isn't he? I think that's what
around there.
Yeah, he's
around there. Yeah,
and I mean that's older than both of us. So you know, so I didn't like it. Like I said at the end, I know they're showing mutual respect for everybody or for themselves and each other, but it just no. I'm sorry. I couldn't get into it. I'm not much for Shaky Nakamura. I wasn't much for AJ Styles and I really never saw his career because I kind of stopped watching, and I'm not really impressed with AJ Styles either.
Yeah, so that was that. I don't really remember much either. And the main event was the Fatal 4-Way for the number one contender WWE Championship match, the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn defeated Damian Priest, Randy Orton, and Trick Williams. So that
And
ended
this
up
was
being
kind of
Sami.
it was kind of a shocker
Mhm.
match. I mean, we all thought maybe Randy would take it. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. This was just we knew this was going to be a throwaway match at the Royal Rumble anyway. We knew that this was just a placeholder so that, Drew McIntyre could have one, successful title run at the Royal Rumble, and we were proven correct. So there's nothing really I could say about this match other than it was what it was, and it was lazy booking.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. So yeah, that was that was Saturday night's main event from Montreal. That show was in Montreal, Canada. So yeah, let's see here.
Well, and of course, because it's in Canada, they had to let Sami Zayn win because he's from Canada or he lives in Canada. So, let's give kudos. I mean, it was a match. It was what it was. I'm not gonna say it was a good match. I give it maybe 1 star, and that's being generous.
It was fine. It was what it was. They needed to get to Sammy and Drew. They got there. The match happened at the Rumble, and that was it. It wasn't anything that's remote. It was forgettable, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. So the Royal Rumble last yesterday afternoon for us, but I say last night because it's from they went out to Saudi Arabia and Riyadh.
Saudi Arabia.
The show.
Yes.
And the WWE is planning to go back out there for next year's WrestleMania. So we'll be watching in the afternoon. So 2:00, 1:00 start time next year. So now this year's WrestleMania is in Vegas again. So it's not a big deal. But next year's is in Saudi Arabia. The first ever international. Well, technically, that's not true. Canada was the first international WrestleMania, but outside of North America, let's say it's in Saudi Arabia. I would assume they would have picked London, or they would have picked a city that actually, go to Wembley for WrestleMania in London. But no, they said they chose Saudi Arabia because they paid them $100 million for that. So
yeah, I mean, you have to walk the walk if you're going to take $100 million, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to kind of follow through with that. That's I'm not going to swear, and I'm not going to get vulgar or anything because I kind of want to give this episode to Dee so that Dee can kind of help us out. But anyway, the Royal Rumble. So if we start with the women's Royal Rumble, Angel, I want to do your thoughts first because I'm going to just clamp down on it.
They opened with the women's Royal Rumble. It went an hour and 7 minutes.
Yeah, it was long.
It was really long. It felt really long. The men's Royal Rumble. The men's Royal Rumble only went 56 minutes 10 seconds. They really gave the women so
fast. Yeah,
they gave the women like extra 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I digress. The women's Royal Rumble opened the show was awful. I mean, it was one of the worst. Every year, I think every year I say this is the worst Royal Rumble I've ever seen, but it keeps getting worse. Like.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even know who half those. I didn't know who half those chicks were. Yeah, you did because you watch NXT, but I don't. I didn't even know half these people were. I was like, "Who's that?" And you're like, they're from NXT." I'm like, I don't know.
There were way too many girls from NXT. Honestly, I mean, it was. I think they don't have enough. They don't have enough spots for 30 main roster girls, or even some legends. I mean, they could have dug up Trish or Lita or somebody, to put them out there.
Like they're under the ground.
Yeah, they retired, but they're mostly retired now. But they could have done something. I mean, instead they drag out a bunch of girls from NXT who.
Yeah,
there was no reaction.
Stars.
There were no reactions. There's no reaction from any of the Saudi crowd from any of these girls. I mean, it was more like. They were just fodder, basically.
Yeah, they were more shocked at what happened at the end. And again, there's going to be fallout because, I mean, everyone knows that Liv Morgan won. So it's not like we're telling you any spoilers or a spoiler alert if you don't know. But Liv Morgan won. And there's going to be heat between her and Raquel. I think they're going to try to, what we were thinking of before, try to turn her babyface and then, Roxanne kind of wiggled her way into the Judgment Day. So Roxanne is going to be like Raquel's best friend now, and Liv Morgan's going to go turn face or something.
Something like that's going to happen, because at this point, it's something needs to happen with the Judgment Day. They've been together pretty on and off, not on and off, on for about 4 years now. This group's on television every week, so it's like they got to do something. That's almost as long as the Bloodline was on TV.
Yeah.
So and the Bloodline was way better than the Judgment Day. So like they got to do something. They got to end this. But Liv Morgan eventually would eliminate Raquel from behind, and
she's standing there like, what? I thought we were friends.
Yeah, and then eventually, oh no, I forgot. Brie Bella came back. Bryan Danielson's
Brie Bella
wife,
came
which
back.
was
That
shocking.
was one of the surprises.
Like, what?
Shocking, but not so shocking, because she's only famous because of her husband.
Yeah, it was her husband's in AEW, and I figured you'd probably never see her in WWE again, just based off that relationship, unless he's leaving AEW and I don't know about it. It's possible, because
he's only just a commentator now, right?
Like basically, yeah, he's retired pretty much, for the second time. This is the second retirement, because the first one was forced on him by WWE,
who was the one that had issues with the neck?
Yeah, it's drama for another day. But pretty much, he had neck injuries, and Vince forced him to retire, and he spent 4 years as like a GM. And then eventually he forced himself back in the ring because of his contract. He was up, AEW was just starting, so Vince, okay, fine, we'll let you get back in the ring, just re-sign. And that's when he re-signed, but he ended up in AEW anyways, in a year or two. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what happened. But I'm not sure if Danielson's contract is up, or it's weird that she would return to WWE, especially since her husband's still in AEW. But okay, she's back. It sucked. Eventually, it was Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton, the final two.
And we were thinking Tiffany Stratton, because she needs that revenge against Jade Cargill for turning on her and hurting her and keeping her out of action for a while. But then it turned out to be Liv Morgan. I was like, all right, fine. So maybe they're going to do something with Stephanie Valcour. That would actually be a good feud, but not with Liv Morgan. Okay. So either they're going to do something with Jade Cargill. I mean, they got to throw her something, throw her a bone or something, because this is just not working. This heel turn did absolutely nothing for her to escalate her or to raise her stock, so to speak. And really, I would rather see Tiffy get that win back, because Jade Cargill stomped all over her.
I don't know. Yeah, it's brutal. Her title run has been what title run? She's had the championship. And she hasn't defended it once. She hasn't had a match on TV, I don't think. I don't know what they're doing with her as champion. It's more like throw the belts on her. And they had no plan. I don't know. I can't explain why they put the belt on her without having a plan, or without having opponents in mind for her.
Right.
They could have stuck her with a veteran. I don't know. Natalya is still around. She's feuding with that.
She turned on Maxine Dupree. So.
Yeah, she's feuding with that model, Maxine Dupree. You have Natalya and Jade Cargill. She can carry her to a good match. But she just turned heel. But no, we know what I'm saying. She can carry her.
Or anything like Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair was number one. I was shocked when she came out as number one. I thought maybe she could outdo her dad, because her dad was number 3, you said. So if she was number one, and like Austin won the Royal Rumble, like Stone Cold Steve Austin did, she could outdo her father, right? So I think that they really messed up on this. I think Charlotte should have won, or at least needs another title. They need to get her away from Alexa Bliss, because there's going to be fallout, because, I accidentally hit Alexa Bliss and eliminated her. But again, this is the Royal Rumble. It's every girl for herself. That's how it is. I was watching the Royal Rumble 1989, and again, it was Axe and Smash were number 1 and number 2, and they had to wrestle. They had to do something, even though they were the tag champions. They were friends. They still had to wrestle, right? And of course, number 3 was Andre the Giant. Number 4 was Mr. Perfect. So
they refused to fight each other for a minute and a half, actually.
Yeah.
So they just kind of
and I'm like screaming at you guys. I wasn't really like angry at you guys, but I was more angry at, come on, guys. This is why we don't take the women's Royal Rumble seriously, because You get two girls who are supposed to be friends and I guess pseudo lesbians, and here they go. They don't want to wrestle. Guys, Axe and Smash were tag team champions. Demolition was tag team champions. They were number 1 and number 2 in 1989, and they still managed to wrestle each other and never had a fallout whatsoever. Because, I mean, that wasn't on the card, right?
Yeah.
But this needs to go away. You need to get Charlotte back into the championship hunt. Maybe I think she could carry Jane Cargill to have a good feud. But this, whatever they're doing now is just shit. Sorry, crap. It's crap.
So another issue with this Royal Rumble and also with the men's Royal Rumble, quite frankly, was there's way too many people in the ring at the same time towards the end.
You lost where people were. You weren't sure if they were even still in the darn thing. Yeah. They kind of were, like I said, they extended that apron because, again, people have to kind of lay there and other people were walking around. You know, I was watching the old 1989 Royal Rumble, and there's a point where Mr. Perfect wants to throw Randy Savage into the turnbuckle, and there's people all around. They're like, get out of the way, you know. So then finally he does, you know. But, I mean, that's the point of the Royal Rumble is to have a lot of people in there. But, again, when everyone's laying on the canvas, it's kind of hard to keep track of who is who and who's where, and you know, so we lose track of everybody.
It's a balance, but they didn't get that balance right in either match tonight because last night because there was way too many people in the ring, especially towards the end where you got to focus on the main stars, the one you want to push, the ones you know that are going to be there at the end. Even if you don't win it, you're there at the end. You know, you're in good shape.
Well, and that's why we were like hoping that Tiffy Stratton, who was number 30, would actually get her revenge on Kate. Sorry, Jade Cargill. Blah blah blah. Slow down. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I didn't like about this, and I gave it -2 stars because again, it's not my cup of tea. I didn't know half of those chicks and who they were, where they come from. I didn't really care either. You know, it's kind of like, I don't care until the stars come out, which, again, Alexa Bliss is a star. Charlotte Flair was a star. Rhea Ripley. Of course, they made Rhea look like a freaking clown. Did you see that? Her makeup. She looked like a freaking clown from, like, you know, Saturday Night Live that they did very badly. It was like a bad, you know, look on her face. They made her look like a silly clown. You know, like a silly dilly clown that no one would ever think of. Of course, you had Asuka and Kairi Sane eliminate each other. Again, there's going to be heat between there. Again, you know, I was trying not to keep track of Io Sky and them people because I'm not really into the Japanese scene, guys. But again, with the Rhea Ripley thing, enough is enough. Get her on the championship hunt. Put her against Steph or put her against Jade Cargill. She could make Jade Cargill a star. But again, they keep her in these low-level pseudo-lesbian crap that nobody gives a crap about and everybody kind of hates. So either raise her star again or, you know, say la vie, say goodbye.
All right, so that was an hour, 67 minutes. I'm not sure whether it was booked to be that long or went over time because that was really long. And I knew it was long when we said it was going forever. But,
and it's still supposed to be shorter because, again, it's every, 90 minutes?
Every 90 seconds now.
Yeah.
Every 90 seconds. Minutes. Minute and a half now. They're
every 90. Sorry, I'm not 90 minutes. Every 90 seconds, someone else comes out. It used to be 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Every 2 minutes, someone would come out.
Yeah, it's another issue. I think there's times where it could go too fast. Like we're looking at the person who came in wrestled, and this has happened with the men's too. And all of a sudden, the timer was going off to the next person. It's like, why? It's
and the whole we'll get to it, but the whole Jey Uso thing—that's another thing I have to scream about.
Yeah, brutal. All right, let's just get to it. Let's get to the next match. Next match was a career-threatening match. Gunther defeating AJ Styles by submission. So since AJ Styles lost, he has to retire. So match went 24 minutes. It was good. I mean, it wasn't nothing special. It was good.
Yeah, I give it 1 star.
Match,
I'll give it 1 star for Gunther, who knows how to actually old school wrestle.
It was a solid wrestling match.
I didn't like it because, again, it felt so much like the John Cena stuff, and I didn't like that John Cena ending. So, you know, I give it 1 star.
At least AJ Styles didn't smile his way to tapping out. He kind of passed
right.
out.
He just kind of passed out, which is how a man would do it, right? Not like the guy who said never give up and then he gave up.
Yeah, so AJ has to retire now, even though to me, I mean, Triple H during the post show swore up and down that AJ Styles is not going to wrestle again because they had these long conversations about it, according to Triple H. But I'm like, yeah, he's probably going to wrestle again outside of WWE. I mean, come on.
Probably in the Indies, yeah.
Yeah, because he's maybe he won't go to AEW because AJ Styles is very loyal as a person and he doesn't want to go to the competition. But New Japan,
not worth it to sacrifice your body.
Yeah,
not
maybe
worth
he'll go
it.
to.
Don't do it.
Maybe he'll finish up in New Japan, or maybe have a match or two in TNA.
Yeah,
have a match or two in TNA, something like that, before finishing up. But
go there, but don't sacrifice your body. It's not worth it, AJ, because they're going through glass and all this garbage wrestling. Don't do that.
AJ is very, very loyal to because he spent 15, 20 years in TNA, even though they were underpaying him for years. So and eventually ended up going to WWE when the offer was so insulting. He's like, I mean, yeah, you don't respect me, so I'm going to WWE. So this is before AEW started, so that's why I ended up going to WWE. But yeah, I mean, he'll probably do a match or two in New Japan, maybe a match or two in TNA, and then he'll call it a career. But
go there, but stay clear of AEW. Again, garbage wrestling, not worth your time. You'll end up getting. I would hate to see this for any wrestler. It doesn't matter if they're AEW or they're WWE, but I don't want guys end up paralyzed. And I feel like that's like on the next agenda for AEW. And I don't even watch this stuff. But I mean, it's coming down to where they're going to have to, bang bang on AEW, or they're not going to get that pop that they think they need. And I'm trying to be nice, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying not to swear, but again, this stuff, it irritates me that AEW is doing that. And I don't want to see any of those guys get paralyzed. That's not a career.
All right. So that was that. The next match was a WWE title match between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn, and McIntyre defeated Sami Zayn in a 16-minute match. I mean, it was what it was. Drew needed to retain. He did. So
he needed that one successful title defense before he goes to WrestleMania, and it's against Cody and Jacob Fatu. Yeah.
Which is our prediction because I do want to see Roman Reigns against CM Punk for the world title.
Right?
We'll get to later.
Who doesn't want to see that?
I just because there's speculation that Cody is going to win the title back at Elimination Chamber from Drew, and then they'll do Roman Cody 3 at WrestleMania this year. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that. I'd rather see Punk and Reigns because I mean, there was some kind of heat there right before Roman Reigns had left for a little bit. And there was some kind of heat between him and Punk again with the whole, Paul Heyman thing. But there's still heat between Roman and Punk. And I would like to see them kind of go in that direction because I do want to see that feud between Reigns and Punk. I think that's going to be a heck of a good feud. I think they're going to sell a lot of tickets with that feud as well. So why not go for it? But again, you're right. It could end up being Cody and Roman Reigns number 3.
Yeah, because again, this is Triple H, and he likes the safe bookings. So it's like, let's just go with what got over the first 2 times for the third time. Yeah. But at the same time, because right now the WrestleMania in Saudi is kind of messing a lot of things up because the Saudis want to get back either they're offering money to all these legends like The Rock and Undertaker and all these other legends to do one more match at their WrestleMania, and it's like none of these guys can go.
No, I mean, if you look at The Rock lately, I know. Well, we were talking about this yesterday afternoon. That I mean, have you seen The Rock lately? He doesn't. Yeah. He's lost a lot of weight. He looks kind of sickly. And I'm not saying that because I don't like The Rock. I'm saying that to be honest, that I've made an honest observation that he looks old. He looks sickly. And Dave Bautista too doesn't even look the same. Undertaker is a shell of himself. Of course, that could be because of his wife. Oh, I made a joke. No, no. their Undertaker, I understand they want a huge revenue. They want all these star powers. I just don't foresee it. I don't think it would be safe for the Undertaker. I'm talking safety now.
Not yet, because
not a spring chicken anymore. The Undertaker is.
And Taker had a scare. He had a scare with his heart like 6 months ago. He was in the hospital.
Kind of like Triple H did. Right.
Yeah. So I don't know whether he's going to get back in the ring no matter how much money you offer him. Rocky can't go anymore, even though he is physically healthy, but he just can't move anymore. And he's lost a ton of weight. So why would you put him out there looking like that? Unless he got back on the gas and had one more match somehow.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. I don't see him doing that. Yeah.
I also heard a rumor that The Rock, something wrong with his heart as well. That he was also having heart issues because he was 50 and 55 and he was he was gigantic. I mean, he was definitely on the gas.
He's almost 300 pounds. I mean, he was definitely on the gas. And
it
gets to a point when you're that age and you're middle age and you're like that, except for Vince. Apparently Vince is just Superman. I don't know, because
he's superhuman.
And he still was fine, physically. He was still healthy. So
I don't know if that's true or not. I just heard something through the grapevine. I don't even remember where I heard it. I think it was.
I think the Saudis. The Saudis want a marquee match for next year's WrestleMania, and it would be Rock and Roman. It'll be Rock and Roman, but Rock can't go.
No, I mean, I wouldn't even ask The Rock, and I don't even like The Rock, but I would still not even ask The Rock to do it. Because he could have a heart attack in the ring, and then where are you left, right? We don't want The Rock to succumb in the ring like Ric Flair wants to do. We want The Rock healthy. We want him, active, but in a healthy way.
Just act and don't run for president. I mean, please, let's not put that through that in 28, because he's been flirting with a presidential run the last 2 election cycles. So
I'm not voting for you. Sorry, Rock. I'm not voting for you.
He's been flirting with presidential runs the last 2 cycles, so I hope he doesn't actually do it. But no,
I'd rather vote for Jesse, right?
Yeah.
And he's a heartbreaker.
Anyway, so I would do Roman and Cody at next year's WrestleMania. You have a big marquee match that way.
Yes, and that would be a big marquee match. And 3 times is the charm, right? 3rd time is the charm. Or 3 strikes and you're out, right?
The question is, who gets to win in that 3rd match? Because it's 1-1, and it's going to be interesting to see who goes over ultimately.
But this one, let's keep the Jacob Fatu and the Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, because even if you have Cody winning, what's coming first? I'm guessing
Elimination Chamber is
okay.
So this month. I think it's this month. Yeah.
Okay, so that's coming up first. Either you have Drew drop the belt to Cody, or you let him keep it, and then at WrestleMania you make it the three-way match, and then you give Cody the belt back, and it'll sell tickets. It'll be real worth it. Of course, in the meantime, now you have Roman versus CM Punk, and you're going to sell way more tickets than you ever did if you had Cody and Reigns number 3. Wait to do that. Wait.
Yeah, because they need to give people a reason to fly out to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, because usually people fly from around the world into the United States for WrestleMania. And now they need to give people a reason to fly out to Riyadh, to the desert in April, which is pretty hot out there. That time it's starting to get hot. So you have to have a reason why to fly out there. So they need a big marquee match, but it's not going to be Rock and Roman. It's going to have to be Roman and Cody, but at WrestleMania 42 next year. But that's probably the only match you really can do in order to have a real marquee. It's like, okay, I have to fly out to see that, if you have money, of course. Not if you don't, then you're going to watch it on ESPN, or on stream, but or
you're going to steal it. No, but I mean, the men's Royal Rumble, like you said, shorter, and you were right. Men took their time. Some guys took their time coming down to the ring. You're like, my gosh, I mean, the next person's going to be coming by now.
And it happened a few times.
And that's why I think the old Royal Rumbles, where at least they had 2 minutes to get to the ring, a lot of them took their time. They just kind of walked to the ring, and they had paced themselves because they knew what was coming. They'd have to perform for almost an hour, depending on how long they were in there for. So, you had the first and the second guy, and then Rey Mysterio, and then and it started filling up the ring, and we get that. I was kind of looking for LA Knight, maybe LA Knight winning, maybe Cody, but Roman Reigns went out, and like I said, the only gripe about this one is, again, the whole. Do we have to have all these people that nobody's ever freaking heard of? I mean, Dragon Lee, okay, Ray Phoenix, Penta.
Like, they couldn't. I mean, they have a lot of they throw in a lot of riffraff, like jabronis out there, like just to and they gave him way too much time in this match.
Way too much.
Dragon Lee was in there for, I'm looking at it now, 3 minutes. La Parker was in there for 4 minutes.
Parker came back. Remember him from WCW? No, nobody remembers that because they're either not old enough or they just don't know. La Parker, he was in WCW. I remember him only because he was with the Powers to Be with Kurt, who was their like bodyguard or something, or I don't know what he was exactly, but
so it went from it started number 1 was Obafemi, number 2 was Braun Breaker, which is drama here. He's coming to the ring and then he gets assaulted by a guy in a mask or the guy in a hood. So
everyone is saying that this is Adam Pearce. You know what? I was wrong before, so whatever. If it's Adam Pearce, who cares? If it's Seth Rollins, it would make more sense if it was Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins got speared by Braun Breaker. But again, they don't do anything that makes sense anymore. So the heck with it. It's Adam Pearce then. I don't care.
He hasn't worked the match in over 10 years. He's been a producer in WWE for 10 years.
But that doesn't matter. People are convinced it's Adam Pearce. Fine, it's Adam Pearce. It's whoever you want it to be. I don't really care anymore. Seth Rollins, it's not like Seth Rollins literally hurt his shoulder like 2 days ago. He literally has been out for 6 months?
Yeah. I'm like that. He got hurt. He got hurt back in the fall. I think October, November. I think he hurt.
So less than 6 months. It's been like 4 months. Again, I'm not saying that he has to come back right now. If his shoulder is still hurt, then he'll be out.
People speculated that it also was Finn Balor under the hood.
Yeah, Finn Balor, because they're like, does this look like Seth Rollins? I'm like, I don't know. He has a hood on his face.
Yeah. they were guessing based on his body type. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, remember, they can throw whoever they want under that mask. It doesn't have to be revealed to be that person. It could be Seth Rollins, but he wasn't there. But it could have been him. They just reveal it as him and move on, So they don't need to actually have Seth Rollins do the moves like he did. It could have been Finn Balor. It doesn't matter who it is. I mean, because I don't see Adam. That'd be a surprise. He hasn't worked the match in 10 years, but. Yeah, I don't think it's him. They're gonna go safe and do Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. That's what they're gonna. This is setting up that match.
And that would make more sense because again, it was Braun Breaker who speared Seth Rollins when Rollins was supposedly hurt and kicked him out of the Vision and actually brought Austin Theory back in.
And since there's no plans for Braun Breaker to be in the world title picture, he might as well do something with him WrestleMania. So him and Seth Rollins it's a big match, at least. It's going to be marquee on the card. So
if you want something big for Vegas, you need to do Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker because Seth Rollins needs that win back. He needs that, hey, you speared me, and now I'm going to take you out. You took me out of the Vision when I was hurt.
So eventually, whoever this was threw him back in the ring. Obafemi eliminates him immediately. Paul Heyman has a freak. He freaks out outside the ring, basically melts down, and that was
I'm surprised he didn't go back and find Adam Pearce, right?
And start yelling at him again. Yeah. So
I'll be right back.
Okay. Then we had Solo Sikoa.
Right. He was number 3.
Yeah. And eventually Obafemi will eliminate the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys.
Yeah. Oh my God. He was like, I'm very impressed with him. I am very, very impressed with him. I cannot wait to see his career unfold. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he has a lot to show us. So stay tuned for more from Obafemi. Go. Go Femi, go. Go, Femi, go.
He dominated the beginning of the Rumble, but kind of disappeared towards the end. Like he was there
that's what I did
39 minutes. He was in there 39 minutes, but he kind of disappeared towards the end. Like he was out of the way.
Again, laying down on the apron. You couldn't see him. You couldn't find him. He wasn't getting up right away.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you had these, like I said, you had a bunch of guys just laying around the ring apron. Again, because I think they've extended it now so that guys can do that, and more guys can fit on the apron. Yeah. So you had a lot of guys doing what Shawn Michaels used to do, which is hanging on and like just tipping their toes and trying not to touch the, you know.
Hate that.
I know.
That's overdone now.
He's the one.
But it's overdone. Michaels did it. It was cool because we never seen that done. But not everybody does. Everybody thinks they're Shawn Michaels, and you know, eventually somebody's gonna accidentally hit both feet, and you're gonna have to go, because especially if it's on camera, everybody sees it. So you're gonna fuck the whole match. But yeah, and let's see. Eventually, Solo Sikoa, Rey Mysterio, eliminated by Femi. Rusev was only there 30 seconds. Like,
and you can see lost. It just like this. But I mean, they're really not doing anything with him. What have they done with him since he came back?
It seems like they've lost total faith. They had that feud with Sheamus, and then they lost total faith in Rusev. He's disappeared. He came back at the Rumble, lasted 30 seconds. He's gone to he's on his way out, it seems like. You know, he's pretty much done in WWE, it seems like.
No CJ, because I forget why they said CJ wasn't coming back. I don't think they wanted her back.
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't remember. They said something about that on Jim Cornette's show, but I don't remember why they said that CJ wasn't coming back. Or Lana was her name. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Lana.
I barely know who Rusev was, so, you know, or Miro or whatever he's called. But yeah, I was kind of glad that he only lasted 30 seconds. I wasn't much for Rusev or whatever the heck his name is.
It's Rusev.
I wasn't really much for him anyway. I mean, again, he only had a one feud with Penta, and that was like very short. And then they had a feud with Sheamus, and I'm kind of like,
it's like,
I don't know what to say at this point. Just get him out of there, right?
With somebody Rusev's size and his physical stature, if you don't want to make him champion, like, what are you gonna do with him? You know, I mean, he can't. He's not credible enough to do jobs and put young guys over, because he hasn't been there in years, and he's barely been there now in this run. So it's like, what do you do with him? You know, it's like, it's more like just pay him out his contract and let him go, or something. Let him go back to AEW, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if he'll have much success there, but good luck to you.
I'm sure Tony will give him a job again. I mean, so let's see. Next was Matt Cardona. He's eliminated in less than a minute by Obafemi. Damian Priest. He was eliminated by Royce Keys, which is the artist formerly known as Powerhouse Hobbs.
Powerhouse Hobbs, who is back in WWE. He from AEW, and I bet Tony Khan was just like, I don't like it. Oh, well, too bad, so sad.
The story behind that is apparently Tony Khan offered him like a record contract. I mean, he's going to make him the highest paid guy in the company, even over MJF. And I'm sure that would piss off MJF, but he would have made him the highest paid guy in the company. He still turned it down, because I think he's smart enough to know, hey, Tony's never used me properly. So even if he pays me millions of dollars, he's still not going to use me properly. So, and I'm not getting any younger, and I'm big. So it's like,
I mean, he was a beast. I will say that. Powerhouse Hobbs, or what is he called? Royce Keys or something?
Royce Keys, they gave him that.
Royce Keys. Okay, I'm not going to remember that. So I'll just call him Powerhouse Hobbs. This guy was a beast. I could see him and Obafemi having a good feud. Oh my gosh. Like, they'd have to reinforce the ring at that point.
Yeah, my guess is he's going to end up in NXT for a little bit, because if they stick him in the main roster now, he's going to get lost in the shuffle because of WrestleMania season.
Right.
So the best thing for him to do is go to NXT and dominate down there, but
at least give him some exposure on the top roster and in the Royal Rumble.
They'll give him. That's exactly what they did. Yeah.
Right, and now we get to see what he looks like.
The smart thing is to let him ride out in NXT through WrestleMania season. Yeah. And then maybe call him up after WrestleMania, when usually there's, at least this is the way Vince used to do things. He used to fire a bunch of people after WrestleMania. So once you fire a bunch of people, you can bring them up and, start using them in the main roster. So eventually he would be eliminated by Bronson Reed in 10 minutes. He had an okay showing. I was kind of hoping they would do more with him in this showing, but it was okay. It wasn't
baby steps. Yeah. We're getting there. At least, like I said, at least he had some exposure to the to the Royal Rumble and the business, and well, at least the WWE business. He's seen some of the business, the garbage side of it, through AEW. And what's funny is they actually had Powerhouse Hobbs when he came out. It said Powerhouse Hobbs. It didn't say Royce Keys.
Yeah. So they were letting. It's kind of no. I think they did that on purpose. Let the audience know, hey, this used to be Powerhouse Hobbs, but now he's Royce Keys.
Yeah.
Which is a brutal name. I'm sorry. I mean, if you just call him Will Hobbs. I don't know. That's his real name, anyways. I mean, it sounds better than Royce Keys. Like, who came up with that?
We could call him like Hops or something. I don't know. Yeah. So, we'll spitball it a little bit. We'll run some ideas up the flagpole and see who salutes it.
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, it's like it's not a star. It's not a star. To be honest,
it kind of sounds like a porn name. It really does.
It's brutal. Yeah.
Keys. What kind of keys does he have? Right.
So Cody came
welcome to Powerhouse Hobbs. Welcome to the WWE. Unfortunately, now you have the exposure of what it looks like and
it's in the big leagues.
Look and feel of it all. But now you need to go to NXT and learn the ropes as it is to be a professional wrestler and not a garbage wrestler.
Yeah, it's the big leagues now, and I mean, to be fair, the way he worked, he didn't work like the rest of the AEW. He was more like a grounded, big man style, but it never got over in AEW. Why? Because they don't want to see that. They want to see everybody do the flippy and the moves and stuff and
go through glass.
Yeah, he never got over because he never did any of that type of stuff.
Right, and that's where I think in NXT he could find that niche. You know what I'm saying? And he can right to the top, just like Obafemi.
Tony beat him with the little guys all the time. They kept beating him. I'm like,
oh, that's awful.
And whenever he would get world title matches, which was rare, Moxley would just beat him in 10 minutes flat in the middle. It was like,
Moxley, now you can see how a real company handles things. And since you're a big guy, now you can work like Obafemi. And like I said, I can see him within a couple of years being the champion. And they're going to be a great feud down the line for Cody, for CM Punk.
Yeah.
I mean, this
sky's
limit for this guy.
Hold on. I think Powerhouse Hobb might be a Cody apprentice because he might have gone to his wrestling school. Hold on.
There you
go. Powerhouse Hobb. So let's let me.
He knows the business, and that's a good start. You know the business. I want to see where he went to wrestling. That's a good start.
Wow, he's been in the business since 2009. I mean, never mind. He didn't go to Cody's school. Hold on. Because Cody started his school in 2019, the Nightmare Factory. So, yeah, he's been in the business 2009. I mean, how old is he? 35. Okay.
Oh, he's 35. Okay. Well, I mean, he's not a spring chicken, but again, a few years. I'm talking just a few years, maybe even like 2. And I can see him going up the ranks. If they promote him well, Shawn Michaels promotes him well, does good things with him in NXT, and let's see what happens. Let's see where that goes.
Yeah, he is kind of reminding me of Batista. He got a late start to his career. So, and to be fair, he didn't get a late start to his career. He started working in his early 20s, but he just spent years in the indies. And I'm surprised Vince and nobody in WWE noticed him. He's gigantic. Like that's the perfect guy Vince liked to use.
But that happens with AEW. They kind of push guys into the corners, and then you never hear about them again.
Yeah. So let's see. Cody came out number 11. He's eliminated by Drew McIntyre, but he wasn't in the match. But
even though Drew was not in the match because he was champion.
Yeah.
And that was kind of disappointing. It's like, no, Drew, you have the night off. Take the night off. Because, I mean, Jacob Fatu was like they were staring at each other, and it's like, what's going to happen. It's going to be a 3-way for WrestleMania. It has to be.
Most likely, yeah.
Whether it's Cody who's the champion or Cody champion or Drew McIntyre. Do they want to pull that plug with Jacob Fatu? Do they want to go that route of having Jacob Fatu the head of the company? I think he still has maybe a year, 6 months. But I mean, Jacob would be great. I think he is such a beast.
and let me get to the Rumble, and then we'll get to the issues with Triple H as the head booker or whatever, because there's a lot of I mean, I just let me just finish the Rumble first. Grande Americano, both of them came out, Ludwig Kaiser and Chad Gable, and they fought
Chad
each other.
Gable and Ludwig Kaiser.
That's a WrestleMania match, most likely. As a comedy match in the card somewhere. Let's see. Ilya Dragunov was pretty useless. I mean, he came out. He was. I mean, he's too small. If he were like 6 inches taller and maybe like bigger, he could be a star. But he works. But he's just too small. Like I can't.
Is he like a $109 or something?
Yeah, you've seen him in the match. He's forgettable. You know, he got lost in the shuffle with a lot of these guys.
He did, and he was laying on that mat way too long.
And Brock eliminated him eventually. Oh yeah, Brock. Wait, Brock. What was it? Brock number
15, I think.
15? No, that's Austin Theory. Hold on, number 22. Okay,
I was close.
Later. Yeah. So eventually there was LA Knight came out. He was. His appearance was not good. I mean, what are they? It's like he pissed off somebody backstage. I don't know who.
Triple H. Remember, I was explaining that on the Unreal thing, they had Triple H yelling at him because he screwed up the finish, and it was an accident. He didn't do it on purpose. But I mean, to be honest, Triple H, whatever you did at the Money in the Bank match was crap anyway. Everybody hated it. They didn't want to look at Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is past it. He has totally passed it. His time has come and gone. It's time for him to either say la vie or get into a mid-card match, because him in the main event is not going to sell tickets, okay? It's not going to sell you tickets. Seth Rollins is washed up. His time has come and gone. Enough said. Push him over to finish his stuff with Braun Breaker, and then maybe he can retire and spend more time with his daughter. Okay, that's the best thing I think Seth Rollins needs to do right now. And I don't like Seth Rollins. No, I don't. But I think that would be best for him because he's prone to injury. Again, he had a shoulder injury. He's been out now for how long? So again, he's unreliable because he gets injured all the time. He's not a spring chicken anymore. And again, he's 40-ish, I think. He's older than us. So again, all these guys who are getting hurt and cannot be trusted, you can't rely on them. So you have to move them to a mid card or get them the heck out and let them retire. Okay, this is not it. You know, this whole thing. You wanted Seth Rollins to look good. You wanted LA Knight to look good. Well, making Rollins win the Money in the Bank was not it. Triple H.
Yeah, so another issue with this match was there were way too many guys in there. Nobody really took out the trash, so to speak. You know, this is the way Pat Patterson used to put it, because he used to book the Rumbles until he died. You know, but for most of the Rumbles history, he's the one that booked the Rumbles because he was so good with booking the Rumbles, and Vince trusted him explicitly. He wouldn't even touch the Rumbles. Right. So. And they were usually great. They were not bad. Now they're they come across as really bad, and whoever's booking these Rumbles now are just. I mean, it's not if we go back and watch the Rumbles from the 90s compared to today, it's like night and day.
Yeah.
The stars are, you barely see them. I mean, Jacob Fatu
until the end.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu was in 9 minutes. Randy Orton's only 7 minutes. Gunther 7 minutes. Let's see. Jey Uso, 13 minutes. They made
Gunther work twice.
Number 30. Yeah, he came out.
And everyone was like, "Oh, is Chris Jericho's coming back?" Chris Jericho, I saw this on X. He is still on the roster for AEW, so he is not coming back.
Yeah, he's still. They still have him on their roster website. So it's if his contract were up, Tony would have definitely taken him down. You know, so it's not like they.
Yeah, so forget about Chris Jericho because he needs to retire. He doesn't look good. He wasn't even on TV for how many years now, and no one even misses him. No one even talks about him.
The way they eliminated Brock Lesnar was terrible. They eliminated Brock Lesnar during Jey Uso's ridiculous entrance. No one even noticed until Brock was standing outside the ring and they say he was eliminated. Why they eliminate Brock Lesnar in the middle of Jey Uso's entrance? Who booked that? I mean, you may not like Brock Lesnar, but he's still a big star. He's still, he's still.
No. I'm just saying I don't know who booked that, and
I know.
was just crap anyway.
Yeah, that was.
I agree with you. I mean, he's a big star, even though yes, I don't like him one bit. But he's still a big star, and that was first of all doing the Jey Uso thing. Do it again. One more time.
Funny. Yeah, Roman
right in the middle of the freaking
he did it again. He did it again, yeah, right in the middle of the match. He tried to do it again, but Roman luckily put a stop to that and punched him in the face. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh yeah,
I mean,
like
enough is enough, boys. You can't do that all the time because that's all Jey Uso is. He's just a gimmick, and he's just he's just an entrance like and Roman, a gimmick.
That's funny part. Roman kind of deked him. Oh yeah, let's do it again. When he turned around, he's like,
punch
him in the face. It's like, yeah, that's not happening.
He's playing possum with him.
Yeah. So a lot of.
But that was just crazy. Anyway, I did not like that at all.
Yeah, a lot of jabronis
for the match.
Yeah. No. Yeah, a lot of jabronis. Dragon Lee was in there for like 3 minutes. Ray Phoenix a minute.
As soon as Jey Uso came in, because he came down through the crowd, and I asked you, I was like, "Is that even legal? Can you do that?" I guess you can. He got 90 seconds to get to the ring, but it took him longer than that.
Yeah, they actually, I don't know what they did. They actually delayed the next entrance in order to get him into the ring.
Yes.
Silly. Eventually, Jacob Fatu was in there. Okay, Roman Reigns was 26, Jacob Fatu 28, Penta 29, Randy Orton 29, and Gunther 30. Roman Reigns eliminated Gunther. He wins the Rumble. So, okay, good. At least they have an actual star win it this year, unlike last year where Jey Uso just won out of nowhere. So then what it was horrible is, I think you may have mentioned a little bit, but after Roman Reigns pointed at the sign and the fireworks, there was literally 5 minutes of fireworks. They like a drone just playing all this 5 minutes. Me and you and David were talking throughout the whole thing, but it was a good 5 minutes before they finally went to the post show.
Yeah. And we were saying, my gosh, is it the 4th of July over there?
Yeah.
I mean, it acted like it was like a 4th of July show. It was like
they went to like 4 minutes. It was almost 4 or 5 minutes of just fireworks.
Yeah.
It was like
I'm sorry, did we miss a 4th of July special here or something? It's not even 4th of July, it's only February. So, I mean, that's just crazy that it literally was 5 minutes or 10 minutes worth of just boom, 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 fireworks all the way. And you're like, what is going on? Is it their 4th of July or something?
More fireworks. No. We were talking through it, and like, what is it with these fireworks? Stop.
Yeah, because you kept asking, are they going to go to the post show, or is there going to be a post show, or what?
Because what it was, I didn't want to click off until I knew the post show was starting, because I thought maybe they go back to the ring and somebody's there, and Roman, is getting beat up by a surprise, something,
Maybe
but no,
Chris Jericho, right?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe something, yeah. But no, nothing happened. And right to the post show, it's like, So the issue with Triple H is, before we go, we have a few minutes. Triple H's booking is, at first when he took over, his by the book, like routine, like predictable booking was good because Vince was crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, he would book crazy shit randomly for no reason. So that you needed to stabilize the ship, and like be consistent and book consistent. Now it's been like 3 years since he's taken over. It's too predictable.
Exponentially worse. Yeah,
it's getting stale and predictable, because like you need to be able to balance it. Like you need to be predictable, but at the same time you need to be surprised. Surprise.
It's like
because eventually the modern fan especially gets easily bored and easily starts complaining on the internet, like, oh, now there's no surprises, there's no this, there's no that, there's no shocking moment. So yeah, you gotta somehow balance that. That's why I suggested for Jacob Fatu win the title at WrestleMania instead of Roman Reigns, or instead of Cody or whatever, because we almost know that Drew is dropping it at some point, because he's still got that movie to do.
Well, so and it's gonna be oh, though they screwed me out of that, so that doesn't count because somebody screwed me out of it. That's gonna be what's going to happen, right? Because he has that whole, they screwed me out of this, they screwed me out of that. And now he can't really say that anymore because he's the champion, right? Well, once they, get the belt off of him and it goes to someone else. Well, I got screwed. They screwed me out of that.
Yeah, they can
we'll
go
be back to that now.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that you got it. He has to be able to balance this out somehow. I don't know how. Like that's why I'm suggesting Jacob winning the belt at Mania instead of Cody. And
it would definitely be a shocker. It would definitely be a what they call a cliffhanger.
Yeah, a WrestleMania moment that Jacob comes out of nowhere, wins his belt.
Yeah,
and hell, I would have him beat Cody. I mean, beat Cody, not Drew, because that way Drew can say he got screwed out of the belt. Beat Cody. I mean, and you establish it as your top one of your
shock
top
factor.
Guys.
Well, there's your shock factor.
I would even beat Cody clean, and I know Triple H is never going to beat Cody clean. I mean, that's kind of his John Cena there, but
yeah,
I would just beat him clean. I mean, hit his finish 1, 2, 3, and crown a new champion and establish Jacob as your world champion. He's not going to be champion for years, but give him 6 months. Give him into WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or Survivor Series.
You have so many options. I would just hate to have it. No offense to Roman Reigns, I love the guy. I mean, I'm not really for him or against him. He's kind of like that. Meh. I do like Roman Reigns though. And when he came out and said he had cancer, that was such a raw moment. My name is Joe and I have cancer. I'm like, oh, okay, fine, I'll like you. I just think that would be a wow factor and bring people to the table. Or into their seats, I guess is what it would put button seats. There you go. Because like I said, Dusty could talk you into the arena. So could Flair. So could Hogan. But I mean, it's the coup de grace if you do something that fans don't expect. But I have a feeling we're probably going to get Cody and Roman round 3.
Yeah, because during the post show, Triple H said, "Oh, we don't know when Roman's coming back to choose who he's fighting at WrestleMania." So that means that
the movie is still ongoing.
That it's also telling me that he's going to wait till after Elimination Chamber to see who's WWE champion. Because if they do Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes at Elimination Chamber, that tells me Cody winning the belt. Because I don't think he's getting beat by Drew again. So it's like shit. They're doing that. That tells me they're doing Cody and Roman 3 at Mania this year, which. Right. I would rather see Roman and Punk, but
I would definitely love to see Roman and Punk. That is definitely I would sit there and be like, ooh, it's gonna happen. I would be full attention, eyes on the screen, except for I don't want to watch this. But we do this for the love of the job, so so we have to kind of do it. But I gave the Royal Rumble 2 stars because that's the best I could do. And that was being nice and generous for the whole entire thing. It just, when I go back and I watch like the 1989 or 1990 or 1991 when Kurt was supposed to win. Sorry, I'm not bitter. Yeah. I'm not bitter. Hogan. Okay. When I watch those kind of Royal Rumbles, it makes more sense. The rules were the rules, They were set in stone that what happens here is what happens here. Okay. It was very straightforward. If you touch the ground, blah, 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 you were gone. If you screwed up and touched if you touched the ground and you screwed up, well, Vince would say, well, end of the night for you. Bye. We'll find a different finish, Well,
unless you're Macho Man Randy Savage, then you can get away with it.
Yeah, if you cold cock it.
Yeah, like I think it was in the Rumble in like 92 and Savage accidentally jumped over the top rope and tried to fight Jake. But Undertaker grabbed him and threw him back in the ring 2 or 3 times, and they had to come up with an excuse on commentary on why it was okay for him to do that. Oh. And the excuse they came up with was, oh, he wasn't thrown over the top rope. And
no, he went over himself.
Yeah, so he had to be thrown over by somebody else. So, let's move on from this.
Right. Well, in his defense, Randy probably wasn't thinking about it. But I'm talking like, in the 1989 Royal Rumble, Andre eliminated himself because Jake came back in and threw the snake in. Right?
Yeah, so that was supposed to happen.
So he eliminated himself. So my last thing is, let's get back to basics. Let's remember what the Royal Rumble used to be, and let's keep it that way. Because this stuff now, I'm sorry, I can't handle it. It's not real to me. It feels fake. It feels really fake, and everyone knows the jig. Everyone knows the game. So I have to go put my son to bed. I'm sorry.
That's the Royal Rumble. That's the end of the show because, she has to go. So, I want to, thank everybody watching the shorter episode of the show, Pro Wrestling Talk. Like and subscribe. Check out INN in general. All the links are down there. Witchy links are down there as well. Let's see.
I have a show coming out real fast. I have a show coming out with Kit Cabello. His episode with me is episode 124. We watch along to the bloopers of the vignettes that they did with Mr. Perfect and Rick Rude, and they did all of these kind of ribs and stuff, or not ribs but bloopers. There's even some of Andre the Giant in there, and so if you like to watch that, please watch along with us. 124 is coming out on Rumble at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time tonight, so check that out, please. And thank you, Kit, for coming on. Thank you, Angel, because Angel will be on a later episode that will be coming out in a couple weeks. So, please watch, and I hope you liked it. And thank you again, Kit, and thank you again, Angel.
Yep. Oh, you're welcome. We'll look forward to those episodes. Hopefully, we could be back next Saturday. Is anything going on Saturday? No, I don't think it's a normal.
I think it's normal. Yep.
Yeah, finally. Last 2 weeks we've had Saturday night's main event, the Royal Rumble. But, we're back to Saturday, 8:00 next week. So, look forward to that. Angel in the afternoons on Fridays at 7. And INN in general, check us all out. Our links are all down there in the description box below. I want to thank everybody for watching. See you next week, and good night.